This electric trike has a claimed range of 55 miles and a max payload capacity of 350 pounds. Top speed is a safe 20 miles an hour. And this one is rear wheel drive with an open differential, so you'll get power to both the wheels on the rear. That is the ideal way to do an e-trike in my opinion. List price on this one is $17.99 and the link below this video in the description box. Any coupons or discounts I have will be linked down there below. It's called the Mokwheel Granite, and today we're gonna review it. Comes in a box the size of a granite boulder. Not the most convenient box I've ever opened. And removing it from the box is like removing a small piece of granite. First thing we can see is it has a street tread tire that is 3 inches wide and 20 inches tall. Shorter wheels on a trike are beneficial because it helps keep the center of mass lower. We'll see later that this is important when turning a trike. And down on the bottom here we can see there is the differential as well as gears. And power will be coming from this hub drive motor sent back to the differential and onto the 2 wheels. Looks like the gears are 7 Shimano gears. And each of the rear wheels has its own hydraulic disc brake. And you have a third brake on the front wheel. Rotor sizes are 160 and the front wheel will bolt down, making it a little bit more secure compared to a quick release. And here's a closer look at the differential on this, as well as the Mokwheel branded hub motor that sends its power back to that differential. The whole thing comes packaged up real well, and of course it is a folding electric trike. So even though trikes can take up space, the folding component of this one will help keep that size down when you want to fold it up. And this Mokwheel Granite comes in this bluish color, but there are other color options available in the link below this video in the description box. So just in case you haven't seen how one of these folding bikes works, just kind of watch your fingers and just kind of line that up. And, yeah, there you go. Pull this latch on the other side here. Clicks in place. Solid as granite. And the seat on this one appears to be quite the seat. Very, very large, very wide, and has an adjustable backrest. You slide this up and down based on where you want it. And it's got this little suspension thing built into it a little bit there. It's also adjustable with a quick release lever. Yeah, very wide seat with a little cutout in the middle for ventilation. Look at the thickness on that thing, man. And just like most electric bikes or trikes, you can charge the battery on the bike, or you can use a key to remove the battery and reduce the weight of the entire thing in case you need to move it somewhere, or if you just need to take your battery somewhere else to charge it, you can charge it off the bike right there. And the battery on this one is a 48 volt, 15 amp hour battery pack with 721 watt-hours of energy. They claim you can do 55 miles on this, maybe a little optimistic, but that just depends on your speed. Don't worry, we're gonna take it out. I'll tell you how we do on range. Handlebars drop right on like that, and they are folding just like the frame. The handlebars are folding as well. Pretty minimal assembly, and the 2 wheels on the back makes it really easy to drop this front wheel right on there, because the whole thing just balances itself. And it does have front suspension. It's a pretty basic front suspension, no adjustments on either of the stanchions. Medium firmness. Taking a look at the cockpit, the hand grips have the signature bubble on them from Mokwheel. They are ergonomic grips with faux leather bolted down, so they're not going to rotate on you. And speaking of rotate, just rotate this thumb throttle if you want to accelerate. But if you want to get some exercise, you can use the 7 speeds on the Shimano shifter. Power on the display here in a minute. And here's how you adjust your pedal assist, lights, power, all that stuff. Same grip on the other side. And you can adjust the height of these handlebars quickly and easily with that quick release there. And the brake levers are zoom, and you also have a parking brake, which is convenient for trikes because there's no kickstand. It'll just kind of roll off on you if you don't lock the parking brake. Here's how you unlock it. But if you actually want to pedal it, first you have to put the pedals on, which I'm guessing are going to be in here. Oh, it comes with a tire pump. And this giant rack for the rear. Hopefully we can get the doggy in this. Pedals are probably gonna be in there. And it also comes with this pretty large headlight. Let's see what they give you in here. Tools for the minimal building you'll need to do. Manual, here's the pedals. Comes with plastic pedals, not that you necessarily wanna hit them on your shin, but if you do, it'll be a little more forgiving than metal pedals. And a charger. Charger is wrapped up nicely. And it is a 2 amp output, 15 amp hour battery pack. So 15 amp hour battery divided by 2 amps would be about 7 hours to charge that battery from empty to full. So I'm gonna throw this thing back in there in a minute, along with the little liner that comes with it. That's gonna cover up the beauty of the drivetrain. So I'm gonna take a look at that first. So let's go ahead and drop that battery on there. And press the on button to power up the Mokwheel Granite. Hello. It's a very familiar display. I've seen this on other Mokwheel bikes. Get a battery readout here in what appears to be 10 bars. Starts us out on eco mode. It is a color display. We get our time, trip, pedal assist, which you can adjust that stuff right here, going on up to 0 through 5 on pedal assist. Pretty basic readout. I still got to get the headlight on there, but it does have a headlight, as well as a horn. The horn button's down here, but the horn is on the headlight. The horn is on the headlight, and we do have fenders and all that good stuff, as well as a light on the rear. If I grab the brake lever, it lights up a little lighter, so it is a brake light as well. And I'm actually gonna try and use this thing as a jack. Probably not the greatest idea. I mean, I've definitely had worse ideas, but probably better ideas too.
What are you doing out there?
So the whole thing does have a bit of weight to it, but it's manageable. Dang it, it's not gonna stay balanced. Maybe this'll do it. It's falling. I'm just gonna go ahead and press the throttle, see what happens here. So yeah, left wheel's touching. Power's gonna go to the wheel with the least resistance, so wheels are off. Let's see. Oh, now that wheel's touching. Need to get both wheels off the ground. This is not good. All right, both wheels are off the ground, so now throttle should send power to both wheels. Yeah, 2-wheel drive, electric bike, using that differential, but if we put one wheel down on the ground, it'll send power. Basically, power will go to the wheel with least resistance. See how that works? Just like a car. So on a trike, what that helps you do when you're going around a corner, it allows different wheels to spin at different speeds. So when you're doing like a right turn, the inner wheel needs to spin slower, outer wheel needs to spin faster. So that's what the differential is for on a trike. Or I should say, the trikes that actually have a differential and are rear-wheel drive. The front-wheel drive trikes suck. Don't buy one of those. And I still need to get those fenders and headlight on this thing, but I just want to give you a quick idea of the size of it. I have the seat on the minimum height, handlebars on the minimum height. Here's what I look like getting on this at 6'5". It's got that really low step-through frame, making it easy to get on for heights of any height. Seat is on the lowest, but the seat that it does come with has the suspension seat post on there, which kind of raises it up about 2 inches higher. You could throw a shorter seat post on there if you want the seat even lower. Just swap out the seat post. You can feel that suspension seat post sinking in there just a bit, and here's what I look like on minimum settings on this electric tricycle. Now handlebars can raise up, so you can adjust these into how you want them. So that is max height on handlebars, minimum height on seat, and we'll go ahead and throw the seat on maximum height now. Comes up to about here on height, and stepping up on this thing on maximum settings now, 6'5", inseam 34. Here's what I look like size-wise on this electric truck. Feels pretty good. Seat feels nice. And now I'm gonna throw on all the accessories and get the doggy in there. And there's what it's looking like with the rear rack and fenders on, as well as the front fender and light. There's also a rack mount on the front. And here's what the headlight looks like when you turn it on. It's actually a pretty bright headlight compared to a lot of them. Here's what the horn sounds like. So go ahead and drop that liner in here. And where's the dog? All right, dudes, let's check out the Mokwheel Granite and see what kind of range we get and how it rides. The Mokwheel Granite website says 45 to 55 miles of range, but we're not gonna take that for granted. We'll see where we are when we get back from today's ride. Starting on a full charge, obviously. And I don't know if I showed you guys this in the video, but they do give you this little strappy thing here to tie down some luggage. So let's go see how she do. Going on pedal assist 1 to get that throttle working, and rear wheel drive is always a good thing on the trike. Getting through a doorway is a little bit of a squeeze, but no problem. And here is how the headlights are looking in here, and the rear light lighting up when I pull the brake lever. Yeah, that headlight is brighter than most, I would say. So let's go ahead and see how it does on the 20% grade. I weigh 200 pounds. This whole thing weighs about 100 pounds, and we'll throw it on pedal assist 5. It's rear wheel drive, throttle only, no pedaling. Rear wheel drive does way better climbing hills than front wheel drive. The front wheel drive motors will tend to spin out. As we can see, this will pull me up the 20% grade on throttle only. So decently powerful electric trike we got here. And we're gonna get out here, feel this thing out today, do a little range test, see where we're at after about 18 miles of riding. So on throttle, Pedal assist 1 will cut us off at 8 miles an hour, pedaling or not pedaling. Let's go ahead and try the pedals out here a bit. So you can ride this thing at a pretty chill speed, which I feel like, you know, most people are not trying to do anything too crazy on an e-trike. You really don't want to go too fast on these things. We're gonna pick up the doggy here. See if the doggy likes to go for a ride. He's probably a little bit too big for this at 35 pounds. At least we have these fenders here though, so like he won't stick his hands over and get them on the tires. Right, bud? He's like, I can walk on my own actually. We're gonna give it a little bit of throttle here on pedal assist 1. It's nice that we can do just like a low power amount here. Although it still feels pretty peppy, honestly. Sit down, bud. Easy on the throttle. Nice, gentle. How's he doing back there? Hey, this is kind of fun, bud. Maybe we should just do the whole ride together. Sit down, bud. Sit. He looks like he's having fun. He's like, ooh, I can just stand here. I'm gonna try and turn around right here. Sit down. Nice turn radius. So doggy enjoyed it. I kind of want to bring him for the whole ride, but it might just be a little bit much. He's 10 months, little puppy. Speedometer appears to be accurate. Shows eco mode here. Balance, you can just take your hands off. I think there is cruise control and we can increase the top speed. We'll check it out. Can you see the display? Yeah, it's fine. Careful not to get sideways on curbs. And what do you know? A Cybertruck. Dirty Cybertruck out here. Yep, we're gonna have some marine layer at the beach, but let's just do the thing. All right, so let's try pedal assist 2. I'm on gear number 7. Gives you plenty of power here, brings you up to about 12. It's a cadence sensor, so it doesn't matter how hard you press on the pedals, which means it's not gonna force you to get exercise. You can just kind of pedal at your own leisure. Later, bud. He's like, the dog looked at me like, Dad, where are you going? I'm going to work, son. We gotta get you some dog food. Speaking of, if you do want to buy one of these e-bikes that would help support this channel and Zephyr's food, if you click on that link below the video in the description. So we're on pedal assist 3 now. It's fast enough to catch the Subaru here in the neighborhood. 16 miles an hour, and pedal assist 4 will take us about 20, which honestly 20 is probably fast enough on any electric trike, because I mean, just the rear 2-wheel setup with the one in the front, it can get a little tippy. Like just turning the wheel a little bit at this speed, it's like, I don't know. It's just, you know, it doesn't feel like you should go around and turn this fast. I found you can kind of lean into it though, you know, like hang your body and head over in a turn. That makes you feel more stable. I do like that this one has a brake for each wheel, so braking power feels excellent. Not all electric trikes have a brake for each wheel. And yeah, it'll top us out at 20 with the stock settings, whether you use throttle or kind of rotate your legs. Ride actually feels super smooth because we are on street tread tires with 3 inches wide. Probably the ideal setup really for an e-trike. I feel like they just nailed it with this one, honestly. Like, street tires, who's riding a trike off-road? Who needs knobby tread on a trike? Because they're not stable off-road. Just smooth ride, lean into that turn. And with regard to the seat and the seating position, I have to say, like these seats with the backrests and like the huge seats, like they look comfy, but I feel like it's just a little bit excessive, honestly, because like the seat almost like gets in the way of like my hamstring rotating my pedals, and like the backrest thing is like, who's actually gonna like be leaning up and just chilling on the backrest thing while riding a bike? It's fine, let's ride it off-road a bit. You know, trikes, as I mentioned, they just don't do well off-road when in this format with 2 wheels on the back, 1 on the front. Suspension seat post probably is isolating some of the bumps, but definitely feeling a lot of bumps coming through. Basic front suspension fork. Keep this thing on the street, dude. Race that AMG, dude. So getting out here on the faster road, this is not really the home for a trike that goes 20, but we're gonna get on through here, I think, I hope. And the interesting thing about these e-trikes, or I guess trikes in general, is like any road that's like a little bit slanted, you really feel it. Oh gosh, there's a little screw right there. All right, I'll try and join them, but it's really just not, like, the wheel sticks out so far in the sun. We can't ride over there because there's a guy there. We're all right, let's hurry up and cut over here. Oh, maybe we shouldn't hurry up and do anything on this. See if we can get in here. Oh yeah, we can roll traffic a bit. I feel a little bit underpowered out here. A little bit nervous about how fast I'm gonna have to be taking this turn. So I'm gonna lean into it, get a little weight over the outside edge, shift our center of mass. Oh yeah, that works nicely. And we'll be able to skate right on in here. I have not really pedaled this thing at all. I don't really find it too encouraging to pedal. So not the fastest, you know, device, but can easily pass by, you know, an acoustic bicycle. If this was an e-bike, two-wheel machine, I would be cut through up there, but this just will not fit. So let me show you how quickly it'll get to 20 if we smash on the throttle. Ready, go! 5, 10, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20. So fast enough for an e-trike, but needless to say, we are not popping any wheelies on this thing. Not yet, anyway. Coming in hot, man. Let's see if I can make this light. Oh, shoot. Whoa. So here's a prime example of the slanted road. You probably can't even tell on the camera this road is slanted, but I just feel like this entire bike is ready to tip over just from a little, I don't know, 2-degree slant. So it looks like we might be able to change the speed limit if we hold plus and minus. Oh yeah, advanced settings. So there's brightness, unit, startup mode, language. Oh, you can't do top speed. You can't change top speed on this. Rightfully so. I mean, I think over 20 is just a mistake on a trike. Looks like somebody was having a party over here. What the heck, man? Well, it's been a bit since I've been to the beach. Let's go see what's happening out here. Definitely a little marine layer. Effortless speed. And I already know the top question on everybody's mind is, can we ride it in the sand uphill? So we'll give it a try, see what happens here. Whoa, my goodness. Tipped it over, I think, there. An uneven surface, but yeah. Street tires. Actually, 2 of them will get maybe a little bit of traction there between the 2 of them. See that differential doing its magic, doing its thing there. Put the power down to both wheels, trying to do what it should not do. Give it a little push up the hill here, help it out just a bit. And if you've seen any of my other e-trike reviews, you'll know you gotta be really careful on these slopes not to tip these things over. I mean, if I get too far down in that area, oh yeah, feeling the bumps for sure. So no rear suspension on this, obviously. Trikes just don't have that. Keep this thing on the street and out of the sand for your own good, dude. All right, so we're gonna take it up to the top of the California incline, 85 feet tall. See how this motor holds up to a long, gradual incline. It's only a 12% grade, which is less than the parking garage, but it's a lot longer. I have actually had a trike turn off on me climbing this hill. Riding into the loop-de-loop here. Let's see how it'll do. I haven't unposted this before. Let's just throw it on 5, why not? And gotta lean into it just a little bit here, make sure we don't tip it, because we are carrying about, what's that say, 8 miles an hour, throttle only, so solid. This does have shorter wheels on it, helps keep the center of mass down, and also gives you like a little bit more force to the ground having shorter wheels. So let's try the main portion of the California incline here. That sun feels nice, man. It's a little chilly out here today with this marine layer, but hitting 10 miles an hour, 12, 14, 15. Oh, whoa, I lost my balance there. Pulling strong, 16 miles an hour. I did let off the throttle for a second, my bad. Pulling, 17 miles an hour, no pedaling. Carrying my 200-pound body and 100 pounds of electric tricycle. So yeah, rear wheel drive with that differential is the ticket, man, on a trike. And the brakes feel good, but let's put them to the test. Going down the California incline, we can actually go over 20 just coasting, and it has 3 brakes. I have seen some companies run just 2 brakes, one for the rear axle and one for the front. So I mean, we get a lot more stopping power this way. Hitting 22 just coasting, and then give these hydraulic brakes a little bit of a pull here. So yeah, I mean, the street tires put the braking power down to the pavement really well, and they're hydraulic, so you know, it just feels smooth and just perfectly what you'd want on an e-trike. Good brakes. These guys are giving these ones the sand test. Nope, those are not meant for sand, I can tell you that. So let's give them a little brake test from about 20 to 0, and skirt. Very, very solid brakes, man. Kind of want to try and get that front tire to skid. I'm going to pull just the front brake all the way. Oh yeah, solid, man. We got to get out of here. This guy's losing it over here. So we're about an hour into this ride and 10 miles. We're gonna head on home, check the final range, and I'll share my final thoughts along the way. So list price on this one is $1 shy of 1,800 bucks, and the link below this video in the description box, and any discount I can offer you will be linked down there below the video. Of course, if you did buy through that link, it would help support my reviews here on Tell Happy TV, and I greatly appreciate your support. I mean, for an e-trike, I think this one really just ticks all the boxes. I don't think you really need to go faster than 20. The battery size on this one is appropriate, and it does have that rear wheel drive with the differential, which is the ideal layout for a trike in my opinion. If you get one of those front wheel drive ones, it's really just not going to climb hills that well. This one really does well on hills. It's comfortable. It's got the e-brake up there, 7 speeds on the gears, geared appropriately for a 20-mile-an-hour e-bike. And this whole thing is foldable, so when you're done with it, you can collapse the whole thing down to smaller footprint size. And in my opinion, the price is not too bad at all. So if you want it, click that link below. Let's head on home, take final range. Oh, and the last feature I forgot to tell you guys about, the cruise control. You just hold down that minus button for, I forget how many seconds. Let's see, I'm holding it. Oh yeah, there we go. Now it's just cruise control. Better not let up that steering wheel though. It'll get a little speed wobbles on you. Cruising, so we don't have to pedal, press throttle button or anything. It'll just do all the work for us, except for steer. We got the sheriff about to pass us. Good thing we are class 2 today, AKA we ain't getting stopped. All right, dudes, just finishing up the route here. Coming up on close to 17 miles, 16.75, hour, 31 minutes ride time, average speed about 11 miles an hour. And let's see where we are on the range. How much battery is remaining here. So it gives us a readout here in terms of 10 bars to start. We have 6 bars remaining after basically 17 miles. So they say 45 to 55 miles of range on this electric trike, and that definitely seems within reason. I did not pedal this thing like at all today, just pretty much mashed the throttle, and I was hitting, you know, the higher end of the speeds, about 20 miles an hour a lot. So higher speeds and not pedaling, that's going to reduce your range. All around, pretty solid electric trike. I'd have to say this is definitely one of the better electric trikes I've tried. So if you want to grab one, use that link down below the video, buy through that link. It would help support my reviews at Tell Happy TV and also give you the best price on this electric trike. However, if this is not the kind of electric trike you're looking for, watch this video right here, dude. Catch you over there.